Demogorgon. We have to roll 13, or he's gonna get us.
Boom! We're gonna die!
Oh! Back up. Does anyone want this?
No.
Yeah, Barb. I mean, Steve is great, but I just don't know if he's my type. I mean, he has to be a good companion.
Hey Nancy, there's slice sauce if you want it. Sausage and pepperoni.
Hold on, bud.
There's something wrong with your sister.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, everything's quite in and ADHD parenting.
She's turned into a real jerk.
She's always been a real jerk.
Well, she's been cool.
Yeah, like that one time she dressed up as an elf.
4 years ago?
Hey, is anyone say Will?
I guess he must have just left early or something.
Okay, later.
See you guys.
Jonathan, did Will come home last night?
Mom, I'm sure he's fine. He's just at Wheeler's house.
I cannot believe you sometimes. Hi, did Will stay at your house last night? He didn't? No, everything's fine. Chief Hopper, Will's missing. No, he's not playing hooky. He's not like that. I don't know. Ask his friends. What if he's hurt? He's not strong enough to survive injuries like Drew Black.
Throughout his time on the varsity baseball team, senior Drew Black has had to deal with multiple injuries as well as a long and difficult recovery process as well.
Drew had a partial UCL or ulnar collateral ligament tear of his right arm. I mean, we just thought, oh no, not again, because it's the second time that he was having to have elbow surgery.
It's really different coming back from an injury. It's kind of, you have to like baby yourself into it. You have to take it really easy when you're coming back. It's a confidence booster each time. You have to gain back your confidence and learn yourself again the way you used to play. Just looking to my brother, Colton, he's had countless surgeries that he's had to recover from. And just whenever I see him being able to do that stuff, it makes me confident that I'll be able to recover myself. Just because you're hurt, it doesn't do you any benefit to just sit around and not do anything. There's always some work that can be done to make sure that you're not just completely falling off the level that you want to play at.
Seeing somebody who I've grown like super close to get injured like that, it just sucks to not be able to play alongside with him for that long, but just hope that he gets better. Pushing him from when I first found out he got the injury to push him to always go to his rehab and stuff to make sure that he's doing it so he can get out and help our team again, and just helping him with things like that and always just making sure he stays with his positive mindset. If you went out and watched all of his practice, you wouldn't guess that he was injured or anything just by his attitude and the way he carries himself. He's the same person as if he's injured or if he hit 5 home runs in a day. He's just always positive and trying to help out the team.
Black finds his inspiration through someone very close to him.
Josh has been really supportive. He's always pushed me to get back to the level of competition that we were playing at last year. The 3rd place finish at state was nice, but coming back off of surgery, it's going to be tough whenever we want to finish and win it all this year.
If this is something that you want, that this is your goal, that you want to play baseball at the next level, then you just put one foot in front of the other no matter what comes in your way. A stumbling block, you get over the top of it and you take 2 more steps forward towards what you want to do.
Black and his teammates are looking forward to making a deep run this season before he goes to play baseball at Naja County. This is Peter Educate and Paul Walsh hitting it out of the park for Husky Headlines.
So did it come?
Sorry, boys. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but
It came! The world's strongest radio!
That's a frisbee.
Why are you pretending this frisbee is the world's strongest radio? Well, this is awkward. That's actually for Dallas Wrinkle for his latest frisbee golf sponsorship.
Senior Dallas Wrinkle has made a name for himself playing a somewhat unique sport that not many Northwest students participate in.
I started playing disc golf the finals week of my sophomore year with Cole O'Brien and Scott Dunsing, so like 2 years, I think. I practice every day. If that means like it's raining outside and I can only practice putting in my basement, I'll do that. I practice putting every day because you drive for show, but you putt for dough.
Unlike many students who play recreationally, Dallas has earned himself a sponsorship with local disc golf store Dynamic Discs.
Of course, like it's not like a big sponsorship, but I would like to make it a bigger one, but it for sure is a confidence boost.
I think it just brings more of a professional level. If you're out at a tournament, you're not only playing for yourself, you're also representing a company that's putting their trust in you.
I mean, I know he's just getting support with disc, and you know, he gets like, I think, vouchers for money and to help him get places here and there. It just shows that he's been putting the work in.
I think it brings just exercise as you get out. You're just not locked up in your house playing video games. You're out in the nature, you're out like today on this beautiful, beautiful day we have today.
My parents they liked it at the beginning because it was like a good outlet for me, like just a nice relaxing alternative than like video games or something from playing baseball all the time. So I was able to like still be outside and be active without like risking injury or anything for baseball. I got my dad hooked onto it now. Since he doesn't play softball anymore, he's like needing something to do, so he's hooked on it and he plays with me a lot.
Just practicing with him is just the bonding. Just like when I used to hit him ground balls or I'd throw him BP. I mean, it's just the way that we can kind of talk smack to each other and just have fun. It's not really a coach or father-son, all the thing. We're more just friends out there playing.
In addition to taking up the sport with Dallas, Jeremy also continues to show his support for his son's disc golf career.
Give him all the support we can and, you know, try to help him out money-wise or, you know, with his car and just getting him to the tournaments and where he needs to be.
I don't think they realize like how big disc golf actually is. So when I like was playing every day and I told them like how big disc golf actually is and how far I could go in the sport, they supported me. For sure, once I decided to stop playing baseball full time, they supported me a lot more.
Along with the rest of the disc golf community, both Saigon and Wrinkle hope to see disc golf increase in both size and impact.
Community disc golf, very friendly and competitive. They really welcome anybody with open arms. Doesn't matter your background, doesn't matter what you look like or anything like that. It's just all for fun and it's just a good time. I just hope it continues to grow. I love seeing the kids get out and play. I think that's the future right there. Kids my age or adults that are 40, 50 years old, they're still out playing, and just being able to welcome the young youth and get out on the course and play, I think that's really going to be awesome.
I see myself in the future being a very active disc golfer. I think it's a great sport. Its possibilities are endless, honestly. I want my kids to play like a team sport at first, but I'm going to always have disc golf there for them just because it's such a great outlet.
He's really worked hard. I can hear him putting at night in the basement. You know, he's banging chains at night. I think he's gone every day after school. So, I mean, he's putting in the work just like he did with baseball.
With his sponsorship going well and hopes of going pro quickly becoming a reality, Wrinkle will continue to practice and make disc golf a part of his life for years to come. This is Ben Johnson and Alexander Rojas for Husky Headline.
Okay, boys, where's Will?
Bike home and he goes down Plum. No, he definitely goes down Plum.
What did I say? One at a time. Which way does Will take home?
He rides his bike home on Paflum.
Paflum. Sounds made up to me.
It's from the Lord of the Rings.
Well, The Hobbit.
Doesn't matter.
He asked.
Yeah.
Shut up, guys.
But we can help you look for him.
Absolutely not. You boys need to go home after school.
Are we really not going to look for Will?
Of course we're looking for Will. We just have to act. And make sure it's really good acting. Like Griffin Leander.
Though the curtains are closing on senior Griffin Leander's time at Northwest, his passion for performing arts will continue to inspire him for years to come.
I first got involved in theater when I decided in middle school that I would do the musical. That was probably the best decision I think I've ever made. I'm definitely always going to have music in my life. I can't live without music. I can't see myself without music of some kind, because that is the one thing, besides acting, that has pushed me forward. It's driven me.
When he was a little child, he used to sing all the time. I would hear him out in the backyard. I'd be doing dishes and the kitchen window would be open and I would hear him out in the backyard singing, and I used to think, you know, gosh, he's got a pretty good voice. I think this is something he might enjoy doing in the future. It took some encouragement. He decided he wanted to make a change, really want to try out for the musical. So I took him to school and the rest was history.
I think in theater and in choir, Griffin inspires excellence. I actually asked the underclassmen who they look up to, and we were just talking about different seniors and how awesome they were. And one of the underclassmen goes, "Can I be just a little bit of Griffin? Just a little." And I'm like, yeah, I think we all need to be a little bit of Griffin.
I would have never thought that I would actually be acting until I listened to my gut and I was like, what do you like? What do you enjoy? What brings you comfort? What makes you get up in the morning besides your parents making you? Think about that. After that, I fell in love with it.
I feel such a joy every time I see him perform, whether it's, in a musical or just a play or in choir. Nothing makes me happier. It really is pure joy. I'm so proud of him because he made a decision and it's really paid off. And I'm really proud that he's gained confidence and just loves doing what he does, and it makes us all proud.
Leander's determination and passion helps him grow as a performer.
Griffin's determination is what is going to make him successful. He works so hard. He studies the role. He works on his part at home. He comes to rehearsal prepared. He's any director's dream. He's been auditioning at so many colleges and making sure he's prepared for those auditions, having extra voice lessons, extra coaching. When he played the role of Quasimodo in Hunchback, he was studying his role, always in character. He's a true professional.
I've met so many great people throughout these 4 years that have helped me grow. The staff, Miss Ritchie and Mr. Landis, are just incredible, and they care and they want you to succeed, and they're so passionate. You could tell how much passion they put into making the end product something incredibly special.
Not only is Griffin like an amazing singer, he's just an amazing person. He is kind. I have never heard him say a bad word about anyone. He is just so passionate, not only about his art, but about other people.
I'm gonna miss being a part of all that he does. I would tell him to keep following his gut because it was right. I just know that it will take him to good places in the future, and I just want him to be happy.
Leander is undecided on which specific college he will attend next year, but he plans on majoring in theater. This is Matthew Mayer and Bailey Nabraga for Husky Headlines.
Mom, what is this?
Jonathan, come here. Come here. It's Will. Will. He's trying to talk to me.
He's trying to talk to you?
Yes, through the lights. Watch. Blink once for yes and twice for no. Can you do that? Are you alive? Are you safe? Jonathan, we need to record this so people believe us.
Maybe Alec Conway can help.
I just like the sound. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, hey, yeah. Tell me what you do, I got the baddest coming through.
Me and Tanner met at CAPS, and we became closer as friends when we first met, and then he started talking to me about music videos, and I was completely in because that was something I was really looking forward to doing when coming into CAPS. I've only filmed rap and pop, but like music videos are the main thing I really want to go into. Tanner has helped me a lot through getting people to film for other of his friends and help me get out into the world, and I feel like I've helped Tanner be his first music guy to record for, and just like what it's all about and being prepared about how to like dress and what you need to be doing when being out in the real world.
She got me seeing front. I'm going Rambo, Rambo, park the Lambo, getting bad by the handful, lots of hands up, get your band.
I started about like a year ago. I started doing it because my best buddy started making music when we were about 8th grade, and I thought it was super cool, and then I tried it. I started as like a rapper, as I like to say, but I'm trying to move more to like being an artist, and like I'm making my own beats now, like mix mastering, like engineering, all my own stuff. So I'm starting to definitely feel the music more like as I've gotten better, like in the past couple months. Alec's been awesome. He's super helpful. He's been hitting me up with a lot of people to like talk to, like introduce me to people, making me some connections, and he's just a good guy. Like I met him through the CAPS program, which is really cool, and I just saw that he's good at what he does, and I wanted him to do all my stuff with me, so it works out. I think that Alec's gonna do really well, like with like other people too, because they could definitely use his work. Like he does a great job filming. He's great behind the camera. He does really good.
I see Tanner growing really big. Recently, he's put out more music, and when he goes to LA with his friends, I feel like he can get even bigger when he collabs with other people. And then hopefully during the summer or if I can like fly out or something, that would be sick. And do music video with him and his friends. I feel like that would be really fun, and it would help me out as well.
What's up, bro?
Steve, what are you doing here? I told you not to come.
Just let me in. See? Ninja.
Steve, what are you doing? My parents are right downstairs.
See? I'm graceful. Like a dancer. Like Camille Sturdivant.
Northwest Senior Dazzler Camille Sturdivant is the lone senior on the Dazzler dance team this year, but her love for dance started at a very young age.
I've been dancing since I was 3. I started at Blue Valley Rec, and I danced there for a few years, and then I moved to Legacy School of the Arts when I was 9 and danced a bunch. That's kind of where I got most of my formal training, and just kept dancing, kept taking classes, going to camps, that sort of stuff. And then I made Dazzlers my sophomore year of high school.
When Camille first started taking dance, we'd never done anything with dance. My husband was a football player. I was an athlete. We'd never kind of stood on the sidelines and danced. So we just thought maybe she would outgrow it and then find out that maybe she wanted to go back to sports. But she continued to like dance. I wanted to try different avenues of dance, so we just supported that.
Even though Sturdivant was not a captain this year, she took it upon herself to play a leadership role.
Camille's been an amazing leader this year. She stepped to the plate in terms of being the only senior, and even though she is the only senior, she leads us with determination, and she will get anything done that you ask her, even though she may not be a captain. And she leads the team with so much drive, and she encourages us to do anything and set your mind to anything that's possible. Camille brought to the team a lot of joy. If you ask anybody on the team, Camille is the class clown for us. She makes anybody laugh. She can make anybody smile. She's the one who will send us little things in the group me to brighten our day, or just little positive team encouragement things. And for that reason, we all are obsessed with her, and we'll miss Camille so much.
I think it's really cool. Initially, when I made it by myself, it was super weird because it's never happened before, and I didn't necessarily have anybody built into the program with me, but I made it with 6 juniors, and I've kind of been through this whole course of Dazzlers with them by my side, and so I've kind of they've grown super close to me. But I think now this year, it's really up to me to kind of step up to the plate to be a leader. I'm not a captain this year, so I really have to initiate and think through my actions that much more so I can support the coaches, support the captains, and still have the girls look up to me as somebody that's a role model and not necessarily just another girl on the team.
Camille is like the ideal senior to any coach. Even though she's not a captain, she's definitely a leader. She has a leadership role on the team. I think every kid feels that. She plays a good role, as in she isn't bossy, she doesn't tell people what to do, but at the same time people know to look up to her and to admire her.
In Sturdivant's final year as a Dazzler, this team won the first national title in school history.
Being a national champion team is amazing. It's been something that Blue Valley Northwest Dazzlers have wanted to have since they've went to NDA, and since it's been such an amazing experience, I think that we've all kind of taken away from it that anything is possible if you really put your mind to it.
This year I feel like has been our best year for sure, as long as I've been on the team. Just with the coaches and the girls in general, the chemistry is really strong and the bonds are really strong, and we worked so hard and had so much motivation all year, and coming home and bringing home our first national title has been something that we've wanted and worked for so long, and I think that this year it just kind of all came together and the pieces fell into place.
It was the perfect team. I knew it was the year, and I'm glad that we got to do it the year that Camille was on the team before we lost her. She deserved it.
Sturdivant heads to Mizzou next year to study journalism. She hopes to continue her dance career with the Tigers. This is Alexander Rojas and Ryan Blank for Husky Headlines.
Will! Fires! Will! Guys, do you ever think that something bad happened to Will and we're going to the place that the bad thing happened and we don't have any weapons or anything?
Dustin, shut up.
I'm just saying.
Shut up, shut up. Do you hear that? Do you need any help?
I'm an Eagle Scout.
This year, the senior class has over a dozen Eagle Scouts, a feat only 4% of Boy Scouts achieve.
I think it's like a brotherhood of guys, kids who want to grow and learn how to become a man, I guess, more or less. Different skills that are going to be useful throughout high school, throughout college, just like the rest of their life. And so it's a way to have groups of boys come together and learn those skills together.
I first started because I was interested in camping and going outdoors and doing all sorts of activities with that.
and I just kind of found a love for it and stuck with it and got my Eagle Scout. As I got older, there's definitely more rigor to it. They make you learn a lot more stuff that's better for survival.
So the Cub Scouts craft-oriented, more adult-led. Boy Scouts, we are working for them to be reliant upon themselves. We want to be a boy-led troop.
There's more responsibility when you get older, of course, and so things like shotgun shooting, rifle shooting, camping, hiking, biking, just things that are more engaging for older scouts, and that's where I learned to kind of thrive.
As scouts get older, the opportunity to become an Eagle Scout arrives, but it can be a long process.
There's 3 big qualifications: your Eagle Scout project, leadership, and then the merit badges.
The goal of the project is actually just to teach leadership. You can actually have a project that totally fails, but if you have shown leadership in the process, they consider that successful.
I actually built a fire pit and benches for my church. I built 4 wooden benches to go around a about 5-foot diameter fire pit, and it's all surrounded by rock and then landscape timbers on the outside.
My Eagle Scout project, I helped build 2 benches for the front of an elementary school in downtown Kansas City at Phyllis Wheatley Elementary School, and in doing that, I also helped renovate the school a little bit.
While some continue in Boy Scouts after becoming an Eagle Scout, the organization still has a lasting impact on those who have been involved.
I think, number one, it gives them confidence. They've been in front of people before, talking into a group, interacting with them, learning how to be a good leader and a good follower.
To me, it means a lot. I think I learned a lot of great values from it: leadership, organization, and how to really take a stance and survive in certain situations and know what to do and plan for the future.
You know, something early on where I was kind of afraid to tell people just because I didn't know how they would feel and how I'd fit in. But, you know, after growing up and realizing what this means, I think it's something that sets me apart from everyone else in the long run.
Johnson hopes to see his kids get involved in the organization, and Lynn is still an active member. This is Shelby Matthews and Josh Flynn signing off for the last time for Husky Headlines.
"11? Is that your name?"
I'm gonna miss you guys.
Guys, is that Will?
No way. I never would have freaked you out if I knew you had superpowers.
Superpowers aren't real.
Yes, they are. Have you never seen Avery Howard play soccer?
Since the age of 4, senior Avery Howard has played soccer, leading her to a Division I soccer scholarship.
For the longest time, I actually did a lot of things up until middle school, until I realized that just soccer was kind of the one competitive thing that I really, really enjoyed doing, and the other things just started naturally just kind of fall off. I was playing on more than one team for soccer, and that's when I realized I never got tired of it, and I just always looked forward to it.
She had a lot of raw talent, and more importantly, she just loved to play. She wanted to play anytime we could get a ball out.
I told Avery at the beginning that she was extremely good with the ball. We wanted her to actually attack even more, go at players. Her skill set is very good at taking people on.
On the field, me and Avery are really close. She's definitely the backbone on the soccer team, and to me. She always knows where I want it, and she knows where anyone on the team wants the ball played, and I think she's one of the best players I've ever played with.
In hopes of a college scholarship, Howard has trained 3 to 4 times a week since the age of 10.
So anytime you do something like that for the better part of a decade, your commitment and hustle can't be questioned.
All freshman year was kind of just studying colleges and just making lists of coaches either nearby, far away, to just get a general idea. And then as coaches, after you'd play showcases or you go travel, would reach out to you, you kind of got a general idea of okay, I like this area, or I like this, and I don't like this.
After mulling over multiple offers, Howard says she decided to attend the University of Nebraska, Omaha for a multitude of reasons.
I thrive when I have the trust of my teammates, I have the trust of my coach, and I have great relationships with people. When I went to Omaha, I told them the one thing I really want is I love the interaction between coach and player. For me, that was such a big deciding factor because my coach always preached, you want to go to a place that wants you.
Going in to play college soccer, Avery's strengths would be just her IQ of soccer. She has so much knowledge of what ball is the best to be played. Her first touch is outstanding, and I just think her talking on the field to other players is a really good asset to the Omaha team.
The advice I would give her at the college level is to be willing to reinvent both yourself and your game, because what made you successful at the high school level and at the club level may not make you successful at the college level, and you've got to have an open mind and be willing to change.
Next year, Howard will continue her soccer career at the University of Nebraska, Omaha, where she will major in communications. This is Gabe Swartz and Shelby Matthews for Husky Headlines.
You told 11 to stay put downstairs, right? Right. Well, I'm so glad you boys could join us tonight.
Mm-hmm. So, Nancy, do a lot of studying with Steve last night?
Yeah, actually, I did. Mom, there's an event at the school tonight in honor of Will. Can I go?
You know I don't want you out after dark until Will is found.
Mom.
You're just mad you can't hang out with Steve.
Mike, you are such a jerk.
Sorry, Spatham.
Yeah, he's been working out a lot.
Yeah, tennis.
Like Elizabeth Troop.
Elizabeth Troop's dedication to her tennis career led to the decision for her to start homeschooling during her 8th grade year.
The transition from public school to homeschooling was really hard. I lost touch with a lot of my school friends. I didn't have as much social time. I pretty much only hung out with tennis friends and my family. School-wise, it was a lot harder because I had to teach myself more things on my own. I didn't have teachers to ask. I had longer deadlines, so it was a lot more flexible, but that also came with a lot of accountability.
Well, I think it just gives you more freedom and more flexibility with time, and you're able to work the tennis a little bit more freely around school. So I think it's just benefit of time and flexibility. You can play as much tennis as you want.
Honestly, I thought homeschooling it was a lot harder to learn things, so I got behind a lot easier. And especially coming back to Northwest for freshman year, I felt behind because I didn't experience 8th grade like everyone else did. I didn't learn everything that everyone in 8th grade had learned. I learned different things. So it kind of set me back a little bit, which is why I only did it for a year.
One of the things that her coaches feel is very, very important is that the people that they train have a school experience, especially in high school, have a chance to play on their high school tennis team, have a chance to interact with their peers and do all the high school things that you do, go to the dances and go to the basketball games and football games and participate in the life of the school.
I liked playing high school tennis because it really gave you that team aspect that you would get on a college team, whereas in club you're pretty much individual. Like you represent your club, but you're not playing for an actual team. And just to have like all of us girls, representing Northwest and playing together as a team really mimic the college experience that I'll be doing next year and throughout college.
She was just a really dedicated player in person. She was really nice off the court, on the court. She had good composure. I've always looked up to her as like a good friend and competitor. So she just really helped my tennis and just like making sure I was okay on the court.
While being homeschooled in 8th grade didn't make or break Troop's tennis career, it helped her put more time into tennis and improve her overall performance.
Elizabeth is one of our most respected athletes out here. She always shows up on time. She's always got a pretty good attitude. She's always smiling. She's always happy. She does pretty much everything the right way. And I know she's just like the same way with her school and her academics.
I'd say as well as I'm proud of what I think she will accomplish going forward. I think Elizabeth is really well positioned to be very successful at the college level. She's getting better and better, and I think catching up with some of the better players in the region and in the country, I think her best days are still ahead.
Troop plans on playing Division I college tennis at Western Michigan University. This is Abby Laux and Melanie Wilkins for Husky Headlines.
Okay, where do I find you? Use the alphabet. Light up the Y if you understand. Where are you? What do I do first? Just give me an answer. Please, Will. Top 10? What does that even mean?
Welcome to the Senior Show edition of BVNW Top 10. I'm Ryan Blank. Let's get started. Smashing into number 10, sophomore Sam Stewart with the forehand slam for the point against Shawnee Mission East. Kicking it in at number 9, senior Avery Howard with the goal against Olathe South. Slugging their way into number 8, the girls softball team uses the bats to get the sweep of St. James in the doubleheader. In at number 7, senior Rohan Daniel with the running forehand slam against Blue Valley North. Shooting into number 6, junior Jacob Bissett placing 15th out of 53 golfers with a score of 79 at EKL. Coming in at number 5, sophomore Ryan Callahan makes a leaping catch off a line drive against Blue Valley Southwest. In at number 4, sophomore Rachel Lyle placing first in 100-yard butterfly and 50-yard freestyle races against Blue Valley High. Dealing his way into number 3, senior Scott Dudsing throws a complete game with 8 strikeouts in Northwest win over Summit Christian Academy at Kauffman Stadium. Turning it in at number 2, junior Haley Shin turning 2 for the double play against Blue Valley West. Racing into number 1, senior Caddison Kircher placing first in 200-yard freestyle and 500-yard freestyle races against Blue Valley High. That's it for the Senior Show edition of Top 10. This is Ryan Blank with Josh Flynn for Husky Headlines.
So I know we don't know each other very well, but my brother's pretty good friends with your brother, and I really hope Will comes home soon.
Thanks.
Hey, Steve.
Hey. Hey man, I thought I saw you taking pictures of me and Nancy while we were studying.
What is he talking about?
What are these?
Nothing, I was just looking for my brother, I swear.
Well, okay then.
So sorry about your camera. I know you love photography almost as much as Kanishka Mehra.
Since a young age, senior Kanishka Mehra has had a passion for photography, perfecting her skills as she continues to develop.
I mostly like to take like pose portraits, so I'll go somewhere and I can think of like a theme to go with it, and I'll just pose a person and make it look kind of how I want to, but I do enjoy like taking action pictures as well.
She's not really into extremely vibrant colors. Like a lot of the times I'll find that she tones down her pictures a lot, and she has a very like relaxed sort of dark almost feel about them, but I think she just brings a totally different type of photography to the staff.
As her skills advance, there are many growing concerns on how far she will go for a picture.
I've stood like in the middle of the road a lot and then I've just gone to some places that are like abandoned and like have a lot of like nature growing over like civilization type feel.
So there were moments when we were thinking that she's still not big enough to go out and do professional photography. But over the years, I think she's made us more confident about her hobby, and we are really proud of what she does now.
Kanishka uses a variety of techniques to express herself through her photos.
I think she has improved a lot, and her ideas are growing as she has grown up over the years. And earlier she used to look at little objects and just, try to focus on those and bring out the best out of it.
She just has showed me that you can really take a photo and you can do it exactly how people would expect, or you can show it in a completely different way.
So to some extent it is just taking a picture, like pressing a button, but if you want to grow as a photographer, you can learn to manipulate all of the features on your camera, and you can learn to like edit better, and that really creates like an identity to your pictures. So it's not just like you're taking a picture on an iPhone and it's just like how everyone else would take it. It kind of pushes you to become more creative with how you think and form your own identity as a photographer.
Kanishka plans to continue photography as a hobby in college as she attends UCLA in the fall. This is Dawson Garcia and Peter Educate for Husky Headlines. How do you talk to girls?
Why? Is there one you're trying to talk to?
I don't know, I guess.
Well, the key with girls is to just act like you don't care.
Even if you do?
Oh yeah, drives them crazy.
Is that what you do with Nancy?
No. See, Nancy's different. She's not like all the other girls.
Well, this girl's different too. There's just something about it,
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're not actually liking this girl, right? You're just too young and she's just gonna break your heart.
Yeah, I guess.
Fabergé.
What?
Fabergé Organics. Use the shampoo and conditioner when your hair is damp. Not wet, damp.
Damp.
Yeah, so once you got it damp, use 4 puffs of the Farrah Fawcett spray, and then you'll be good.
Farrah Fawcett?
Yeah, Farrah Fawcett. You tell anyone that, and you're dead. The hair is a work of art.
Work of art. Kind of like Gabby Gillespie's animations.
Senior Gabby Gillespie has had a passion for art since she was young. While exploring the different forms of art, she has focused her talent on the art of animation.
My favorite kind of art is animation, particularly computer animation, like 3D, what you'd see probably at like Pixar or Disney. I also like 2D animation, which is like the hand-drawn. Those are like my 2 favorite art forms, is just animation in general.
At the end of the sophomore year, she came to me and said, "Dad, I want to be an animator." And I went, "Okay, tell me about it." So she put together almost like a business plan and came to me and said, "Here's what I want to do. Here's how I want to do it. Here's the schools I want to attend to do this. Here's how much an animator can make." By the end of this, I was thoroughly convinced that she was absolutely laser focused on doing this, and there was nothing that I was going to do to change her mind.
Gillespie's artistic development over the years is seen clearly in the characters she designs.
I think that the characters she's developed are just very unique and just super cool. If you've ever seen him, look through her sketchbook. She just has these really unique characters. And a lot of people will do characters like that, but a lot of times they have found ones online that they're doing a copy of, which is fine just as far as learning, but she moved on from there and kind of creates these totally unique characters. She says, "Okay, I'm gonna do some with feathers because I really want to, learn how to do feathers," or "I'm gonna do some with fur because I really need to learn how to draw fur." If you look at her artwork, you can just see it's very unique to her.
When people see my art, I want them to think that's super unique. I like to stand out a lot. I want to be like, oh, that's super weird, or oh, that's super creepy, or that's super cute. I want them to think that like they've never seen it before, but they also might have like, maybe it might seem familiar to them, but then it also takes like a certain spin to it that's different.
I think Gabby has grown a lot. I think she has a very unique style, and I know she works a lot on her own, and she takes classes through Savannah, but I think that her unique style has developed a lot as far as just her composition, kind of thinking about things beyond just the simplest method, like challenging herself to kind of go beyond that.
Gillespie's achievements as an artist include both personal growth and awards.
So I'd say maybe my biggest achievement is being a part of the 7 Days art contest, which is where I design 8 buttons and then they choose one, and that was like a really big deal for me. It's like I got to be involved with this giant organization, and it was like so cool.
I'm really most proud that she took initiative at an early age. I think of myself, I had no idea what I wanted to do when I was a senior in high school, junior, sophomore. I mean, I had no idea. And that's okay, most kids don't. She's got her direction path clearly defined at an early age, and I think she's gotten ahead of the game by doing that. And I think that's really important, and I think that's one of the things that I would like to highlight as something that really stands out about her, is that she's really been ahead of the curve with her career path.
To be successful in the arts, I think you really need to have, first off, a passion for it. I mean, you can enjoy making art and doing it, but you have to really like have a passion and push yourself, because it's a very competitive field. So I think that is definitely going to give her a step ahead of everybody else, because she does have that passion and she does push herself. And if something's not working out, she will start over or paint over it. She doesn't just finish and go, okay, well, it's not really what I wanted, but here you go. She'll keep pushing herself to kind of make improvements and kind of learning, what worked, what didn't work, and kind of moving on from there.
Gillespie plans on majoring in computer animation with a minor in visual effects at the Savannah College of Art and Design in Georgia next year. This is Bailey Nabriga and Abby Laux for Husky Headlines.
Thanks for coming with me. I'm just trying to find Will.
Yeah, well, I hope this guy knows what he's doing.
Just look at the camera. The camera! Not the loudspeaker in front of you. Back up! Okay. Anthony Johnson, you're a long way from home. All right, I followed up on the last 7 tips. I know most of them are bogus, but that's how this goes. I know the last step that Will took. It's up here. It is up here somewhere. That's the clue to where Will is.
Well, we need a pro.
Welcome to the senior edition of Pros vs. Bros. This show, Gabe Swartz takes his talents to the only high school sport he ever played, in a home run derby against seniors Jack Beckley and Josh Feeney. The rules are simple. Each hitter gets 10 outs to as many home runs as possible. Before the competition, let's take a look at the scouting report on Swartz's 2 years as a Northwest baseball player. Feeney starts off rough with 6 outs while only hitting 2 home runs, but after adjusting his batting gloves, Feeney went on and hit 3 more home runs to make his total 5. After his hitting performance, first baseman Holden Missy needed clarification from Feeney on the perfect bat flip.
Reporting for H2, my name is Holden Missy, and I have Josh Feeney here, third baseman. So Josh, when you bat flip, what are some of the keys to the bat flip?
Well, the first thing you have to do is, after you hit it, you have to stare down the pitcher and throw your bat as high and as far as possible, then stare at the other team's crowd and start walking to first base.
Right fielder Jack Beckley will be the second hitter in the competition. Starting out, Beckley got frustrated on a couple well-hit balls, but bounced back to hit 2 home runs in the competition. At the start, Swartz showed why he was cut his junior year with a weakly hit foul ball off his foot on his first pitch. With 1 out, a miracle happened when Swartz cleared the fences for his first home run.
Oh, God. I think I hit 2.
After hitting the home run, second place Beckley started sweating with the thought of Swartz only 1 home run behind. Swartz gave Beckley a scare with a long fly to the warning track, but in the end, Beckley would come out on top in a battle for second place.
Yes!
At the end of the competition, Swartz takes last place, but with a surprising 1 home run. Beckley takes second place with 2 home runs. and the champion is Josh Feeney hitting 5 home runs. With this loss, Swartz's final record is 1-7 on the year. This is Ryan Blank and Gabe Swartz for Husky Headlines.
Okay, so this is us in the normal dimension, and then on the other side is Will. He's in the other dimension. We'll call it the upside down.
How will we know when we're in the upside down?
I think a portal to another dimension is going to be pretty obvious.
Monster. If Nancy and Jonathan can lure the monster out, Mrs. Byers can slip inside and bring Will back to the dimension. We'll take 11 and distract the monster until Will gets back.
Are you guys sure about this plane design?
Nancy, we're almost as sure about this design plan as Caitlin Noon and Aaliyah Beeman are about the publication designs. Following their sophomore year, seniors Caitlin Noon and Aaliyah Beeman applied for the role as designers for their respective newspaper and yearbook staffs.
Through their first year, both of them started to express an interest in design. Both started to play around with some design, and by the time they got to be at the end of their sophomore year, both expressed an interest in being in charge of design.
I got into 21st century journalism freshman year, and my favorite project was the final because we got to do spread design. And I don't know what struck me about it, but I just knew that I really liked it.
All throughout sophomore year, I would be writing stories, maybe 5 for online, and it never really worked out. But I got 2 stories to design every issue, so that's when I kind of realized this is something I would like to do.
When we were applying for editor positions at the end of the year, basically Mac's philosophy is you come up with a title and kind of a job description for yourself. You can kind of create your own position.
Noon and Beeman have improved their skills in many aspects as designers during their junior and senior years.
Both are willing to experiment more, try different things. I think this probably is what I'm most proud of. Both are willing to try things and fail and learn from it, and their next design's even better.
Making that transition to being a design editor my junior year and really focusing on that was all right, this is it. And now kind of combining that skill with marketing and my love for people, doing strategic communications in the future would never have been possible without my time on yearbooks.
I'm definitely gonna miss the people. I've made a lot of good friends who have stuck by me, which is super important. And outside of this room, it's definitely a place that I can go to and feel comfortable. And I'm gonna miss Mac. He was always there. Mac's just the guy that if you need anything, he'll be there. I'm definitely gonna miss newspaper and the sense of a family.
Working with the staff members has been the most fulfilling part, and watching them grow, and if I can provide a little bit of guidance along the way, I think that's really, really humbling to watch them succeed so much.
Both of them are wonderful human beings who I adore. We will miss them greatly. Their design skills aside, they're just great people, and we'll miss them a lot.
Although newspaper and yearbook will greatly miss Noon and Beeman, they've appreciated the hard work they have invested during their time on staff. This is Paul Walsh and Matthew Mayer for Husky Headlines.
So how are we supposed to know when the monster's here?
When the lights start blinking, we'll know he's here, and then I'll sneak by and get Will.
Nancy, what the heck is this?
Steve, what are you doing here? You need to leave.
I came to make things right with you, Nancy. What is even going on?
You need to leave right now.
What is going on here?
Steve, you have 5 seconds to get out of here.
Nancy, put the gun down.
Steve, get out right now. I have no idea what is about to come into this house. Get out of here.
Nancy, it's here.
Oh my gosh.
I took the plug out.
It got away. It's out there.
But your mom got in, right?
I think so.
Guys, I can't believe we got away. That was so athletic. Almost like Parker Brown.
2-time state basketball champion Parker Brown is taking a different path to handling his recruitment. Unlike other college-bound athletes who use social media like Twitter during their recruitment, Brown shies away from using social media.
I just kind of grew up, I never had Facebook or Twitter or all that. I just kind of grew up on Instagram, so I don't know, I never got into it.
I would expect that he reads posts, he's aware of posts, he probably follows or at least is knowledgeable of the things that are out there. But I just don't think he sees fit to doing it. Seems like that's probably taking away from other things that he could be doing. I think it's just something that doesn't run him at all.
I don't think anybody is going to get a scholarship because they have a nice Twitter account or they're able to put things out. Usually the process is, watching them play in the summer, what AAU team they're on, then watching them in high school, also looking at their grades and seeing what kind of student they are and then how they do on the ACT or SAT score.
While Brown continues to prepare to take his game to the collegiate level, it is clear to him and others close to his game what his strengths are.
Defensively, I think, is definitely the best part of my game. I think that's what will make me successful at the next level. Getting shots up, being able to stretch the floor, run the floor, be a leader.
I think being as tall as he is and being able to shoot that well
will really translate to the next level, but it really ties in well with his athletic ability and just how when he spreads the floor and guards are able to get in the lane and kick to him, and also like when he dives, he can dunk really easily, so that really helps him.
He really likes his teammates. He's been a team player the whole time, and he just has been a force defensively.
His greatest attribute as a player is coachability. He's got a really high IQ for the game. He studies it. He's been coached by an unbelievable high school coach in Ed Fritz. And then we've been fortunate enough to have him in our program.
As Brown receives more interest and offers from colleges, there are still factors that will come into play that will affect his final decision.
You know, location, academics, and all those are definitely important, but I think just being the best fit, like with the team and like what place will develop me most and hopefully give me the best opportunities later in life.
I think the biggest influence in Parker's last decision will be me and my family. So I think a lot of things that we tell him, he listens to. But ultimately, it's going to come down to what he wants. And I think staying close to his family is a big thing for him. So I think that's another reason why he's holding out right now.
Off the court, I think what they're looking for as much as anything is a good student, great person, somebody that cares about others, somebody that's empathetic, has ability to put themselves in other people's shoes and understand situations. And all those things with Parker are simple, just because he's a pretty good basketball player, but he's just a far better person.
I don't think there's anything Parker can do better. When colleges get to know him, they find out what a really good young man he is. He doesn't use social media. I don't think that's a problem. They're going to find out that he's got a big heart, he's got a big passion to play basketball, and he's got the ability to be a really good student and add a lot to any college he goes to.
With offers from Ole Miss, Northern Iowa, Drake, Tulsa, Loyola, Wisconsin-Milwaukee, Southeast Missouri State, and Arizona, while having interest from LSU, Xavier, Missouri, Creighton, and Vanderbilt, Brown is still undecided on his commitment and intends to make his decision this summer. This is Ryan Blank and Mary Kianania for Husky Headlines.
Can anyone tell me why 11 is leading us to the school?
I don't think she's taking us to Will.
Yeah, she's taking us to what took Will. She's gonna kill it.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. What just happened?
You are so cool.
I guess superheroes are real.
Like Carson Hughes.
Senior Carson Hughes is very involved in the special needs community at Northwest. She started as a peer tutor and has since continued to work with as many students as she can.
I was interested in helping kids with special needs when my little cousin Micah was born. Micah is on the autism spectrum, so she has special needs as well, and we clicked and I really had a fun time helping her and taking care of her, and that's really where my interest started.
I would not say I'm surprised that Carson's interested in helping the special needs community because she's interested in just helping people in general. She's giving, she's kind, she's patient, and she just gets it. If somebody needs help, she's the first one to be there to help.
Carson has a tremendous amount of patience for her age. She really sets the tone, and other peer tutors have the lovely opportunity of watching her and learning from her, especially the younger peers. And she just really does a great job of listening, accepting the students for who they are, and really having the opportunity to challenge them and to have them grow at each of their own levels.
Hughes also spends her time individually helping special education students. One student in particular, Keith Newman, spends countless hours with this senior.
I'm Keith's helper through Helpers Inc. My technical name is Direct Support Worker. We do like a Zumba class on Tuesday nights, which is a lot of fun. And we've also done cooking classes, and they'll have dances or different socials that I get to go with him to and just meet all kinds of different people.
She is nice.
And fun.
And fun. And funny. I have fun with her.
When Keith stops by sometimes when she's with him, they're friends. I mean, they're funny, they laugh, they joke. So it gives Keith something that maybe he didn't have prior to Carson, you know, a friend that hangs out with him and goes places with him and does things with him, and it doesn't feel like somebody there making him work on his things that he's supposed to work on. It's more fun and a good experience for him.
Carson has developed a really very good relationship with one of our students. She's done a great job connecting with him on a level that he needs. She's done a great job with like extending her time and her personal ambition with him, and I think that has paid off in a great deal because he has shown a great deal of improvement.
Keith will ask for me specifically specifically. It might be in the middle of the day. He'll just ask for me to come down to the classroom and talk to him if he's having a bad day or whatever it is. It's really great to know that he cares about me that much and that he is so comfortable with me that he would rather talk to me than his teachers, which isn't always the best thing for the teachers, but it's a good feeling to know that.
Hughes has not only touched the lives of students who have special needs, but they've also made a big difference in her life as well.
I would consider the kids in Mrs. Bodine's room to be my best friends. They are just so much fun and they always want to talk about how my day was and how was work last night, what'd you have for dinner last night, and it's an incredible feeling to walk into the room and just feel the love that comes from the kids.
We are going to desperately miss Carson. I mean, her not walking through that door is going to be a big impact on all of our students and all of us staff members.
Yeah, I miss hanging out, for sure.
The impact Hughes has had on the lives of the special education students has been very apparent over the years, and these relationships will continue to have an effect on their lives. This is Melanie Wilkins and Ben Johnson for Husky Headlines.
I was thinking you could maybe move in with my family, and my parents could be like your parents, and Nancy could be like your sister, and
you'll be like my brother?
Well, no, it's not like that. It's different. It's stupid.
Mike, friends don't lie.
Well, you see, there's this cheesy school dance called the Snowball, and I've never been, but I know that you're not supposed to go with your sister. It would just be weird.
A friend?
Yeah, something like that. It's like a
senior crush.
My senior crush is Elliot Tagmeyer.
Elizabeth Troop. Elizabeth Troop.
The Hartman twins.
Northwest K-pop legend Peyton Hartman.
Paige Pullman.
Jack Cecil. Brian Barnes.
Cooper Bradyhoff.
Peyton Millian.
Jordan Kaluba.
Allison Polisky.
Joe Madden.
Selena Badami.
Garrett Parks. Easton Hunt.
Aaliyah Beeman.
Aaliyah Beeman.
Aaliyah Beeman.
Jackson Heath.
Shelby.
Matthews.
Will Becker.
Joe Havasey.
Joe Havasey.
Joe Havasey.
Joe Havasey.
Hey guys, what's up? So my senior crush is Danny Rado.
Sophia Perkin.
Drew Black.
Danny Rado.
Danny Rado.
Jackson Heath. Jackson Heath. Jackson Heath.
Kate Kaufman.
Kate Kaufman.
Kate Kaufman.
Kate Kaufman.
Kate Kaufman.
Kate Kaufman.
My senior crush is Gabe Schwartz.
Jay Cruz. Joshua Cruz.
My senior crush is Caitlin Noon.
My senior crush is Eric Golick. Eric Golick.
Lily Reed.
Lily Reed. Lily Reed.
Lily Reed.
Lily Reed.
Max Wagner. Max Wagner.
Bailey Nobriga. Bailey Nobriga.
Bailey Nobriga.
Chip Patel. Luke Truesdale.
Anna Weigel.
Anna Weigel.
Parth Daga.
Ellie Hobbs.
Brett Blau.
Mara Roberts.
Aaron Boardman.
Aaron Boardman.
Blake Parrott.
My senior crush is my dream man, which is Bill Smithyman's fashion, Ryan Sanford's perfect pitch ears, and Jake Willenbring's nose and mouth, all on me, Gavin Mullen.
Eric Van Black.
Zoe Lauer.
Kyle Schmidt.
Gabrielle Neighbors. Grace Fugate.
Dawson Garcia.
Jesse Quickle.
Jesse Quickle.
Ryan Sanford.
Jake Willingbrink.
Ivana Popova.
Brett Blau.
Brett Blau. Brett Blau.
Lucy Hewlett. Gia Shipman.
Matthew Crete.
Sarah Rooney.
Brooks Rocky.
Eric Gollix. Twin brother Luke.
Ellie Druten. Ellie Druten. Ellie Druten. Ellie Druten. Ellie Druten.
Joe Canfield.
Joe Canfield.
Joe Canfield. Joe Canfield.
Anna Chalupa.
Anna Chalupa.
Anna Chalupa.
Kenzie Clark. Logan Weber.
Maddie Ball.
Grace O'Grady. Kylie Miller.
Brian Etzenhauser.
Brian Etzenhauser.
Brian Etzenhauser.
Maddie Ball.
Adam Clement.
Josh Feeney.
Maddie Martin.
Luke Truesdale.
Gracie Horton.
Zach Taylor. Zach Taylor. Keith Pake.
Bridget Harrison.
David Hickerson.
David Hickerson.
David Hickerson. David Hickerson.
Brooks Rocky.
Mitch Brill. Jack McGee.
My senior crush is Teresa Hogan.
Ms. Miller.
Senora Smith. Ariana Fallahan.
Scott Dunson. Jackson Heath.
Carson Keds.
My senior crush is Anna Thomas.
Will? Will! I missed you guys!